Hello, my name is Terry. This video will cover our November 2019 investigation of the Tri-County truck stop. This video took a lot longer to produce because I took an extensive amount of footage, and it's taken me a few extra months of review time to go over all of the additional footage and cameras that I used during this investigation. The first group of clips are from the bar area. I try in the text to identify whether I believe it to be an EVP voice or a voice originating from the ghost box, which is being used on the countertop.
What's the best flavor pie they made at this place? Was it apple? Are any of those listening witnesses going to have accidents? Is it going to be Madam Maxwell? We? Who needs help?
During one of these sessions, I also conducted the ghost box test, where I have 3 boxes put out with objects in them, and I labeled them A, B, and C. When I asked them to identify what was in one of the boxes, it said money, I think. And it was partially correct. One of the boxes had silver coins in them, but the box I was specifically identified had another trigger object inside. Greg had secured the original bell from the counter, which people used to ring for service, and we were trying to bait the ghost into producing the sound by pressing on the bell inside the box. But it neither spoke the name of a bell or used the bell during the investigation. That part was kind of disappointing. I was hoping it would take the bait on this particular trigger object, but you never know what they're going to respond to.
Can you tell me what's in box B?
While in the basement, one group of investigators captured a growl on their voice recorder, and I removed the audio and added it to the video clip, and we'll play it in the following sequence. They didn't realize, though, that they'd also inadvertently captured an EVP voice along with this growl in a second clip. So I have that also included after the first clip.
We just had a very audible growl in the basement. Matt was down there. I had it on the recorder.
All of the following clips are EVP voices. They were all captured in the basement.
Maybe remember New York.
So we were down here earlier and heard a voice. Was that you trying to communicate with us? If so, could you do it again? Just so that we know you're still here.
You make noise?
The next clip is from the bar area, and it's very interesting. The ghost that has a gift for mimicry struck again. While I was triggering the motion sensor accidentally, and you'll hear the sound of it chiming, it goes quiet. Then it duplicates through the ghost box the exact same sound of the chiming of the motion sensor. Although it's truncated, you can hear that the tail end of it is cut off, where it only replicated the sound for a short period of time. This is very interesting in that its ability to produce complicated sounds and mimic them perfectly is letting us know who this individual is.
Well, I'll go into alarm mode, which is really
Just repeated it. You hear that?
Yes.
I repeated what I said.
You're gifted at mimicry.
And I want to bring
What's up? I don't know. You tell me. Talk, we can hear you. So you can talk and talk through this radio. I still don't know how it works. If you could explain it to me, that'd be nice. Yay, music. You like music? I would think so, yeah.
The thing is sometimes it's chatting up a storm, but you don't hear it.
Water. Can we get some water? Something just touched my hair.
Did you pull on Ken's hair?
Moving it here.
Okay, oh, there they go.
What's our name? Did that just say help?
Let's go.
Some of them are very outrageous, and the other thing. Did you hear that? That thing that said help me? Huh? It said help me. Was there a sheriff or deputy or policeman poisoned at this location? Did one of you serve in the military?
Anybody here?
The next group of clips is all from the women's bathroom. I had the camera attached to the far wall by a bungee cord. I hung it upside down. I figured it wouldn't matter, I'd reverse it in post-production. But I didn't take into account that the text on the camera would not be reversed. So you'll notice slightly unusual at the very edge of the clip where it's got the time and the name of the camera and the other text information is still upside down even though the graphics have been reversed. It contains several clips of EVPs while people were inside the bathroom. And you'll notice that none of them seem to notice any of these voices while they're going on.
Because she was here before I
It was Diamonds then.
What?
Were you ever at Diamonds restaurant?
You in here?
Do you want us to go away?
In the following clip, that a group of women have captured an EVP on their own voice recorder. What you're hearing is the camera catching the playback from their own voice recorder. And what it says is very clear.
I don't think that was me either. Brian, now let's listen to the whole thing. Did you hear that? No. There was something in there.
You physically here?
Yeah.
Yeah, nauseous.
And then her phone freaked out too.
You can manipulate phones. I've seen that happen too. Turn your phones on, off, start turning apps on and doing all sorts of stuff. It's like they're experimenting, seeing what they're...
We closed the door and turned the light out in here.
I'm tingly, so it's
And it also feels a lot colder over
yeah,
here.
it's very cold over there.
Yeah, she good at picking that stuff up.
That's funny, I just felt like a whoosh of air.
Yeah, it's very
Went across the back of my neck.
yeah.
Women are sitting in the stall, they look up above and William Limp is looking down at them.
Not like you guys.
Why is it colder over here?
Certain zones, yeah.
The next group of clips is from the women's bathroom. They don't contain anything paranormal in them themselves, but what they are people discussing their personal experiences of what was happening to them and what they'd experienced.
Okay.
Did he see it too, or you seen a
No, he didn't see it.
Did he make
because
eye contact with you? Or
No.
anything?
No.
Okay.
Maybe because the guy's in a girl's bathroom.
I was in here. I mean, no, but I felt the chill over there by the door.
Being in there,
No, it hit me immediately.
did it?
I just didn't come running out.
Okay.
Yeah. It hit me the minute I got in there.
That's
The feeling of dread, and then it moved from my chest up to my head. Total dizziness. So
Whoa.
it's middle of the room.
I was like, yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
Wow.
Middle of the
I
room.
got yours with you.
Now, when I walked down here, it went off and it started flashing like it was following me. And then this is just a steady light up.
We were all the same in the same area because we were down there. We had all three of us had orange.
But it's so weird, you know, I've even done this.
When I came in here earlier,
This.
I had one thing happen. I felt like a breeze on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
See, no electricity.
When you saw the outline of when the flash went off, could you tell by the size of it, it was male or female?
Seemed male.
Okay. Was it just the outline of a man, or could you see the full figure?
It was like the outline.
The silhouette?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at her face when she saw it.
The next clip is probably the most interesting of the entire night. It's extremely elaborate and intricate in what this ghost is trying to do and accomplishing. You'll initially hear it discussing through the ghost box, shooting someone, and it mentions this twice. Then you'll hear the sound of what sounds like a gun bolt being pulled back, and then you'll hear the sound of a bang like a gunshot. And then you'll hear a very elaborate interaction between the ghost acting like, what was that? As if it was as confused as everyone else as to what was going on when it was staging everything. At the end, after this clip, I'll tell you how I believe it pulled it off, which is also just as interesting as what it was doing.
Who needs help?
Yeah, but both me and Dick were here. Yeah, very, very active. What was that? What was that? Okay, did something blow up?
What was that?
I don't know.
What's that noise? What's that loud report? Aren't it? Can you tell me? So then it was awesome.
What happened?
Loud explosion.
Oh, that explosion. Did we ever find anything?
You know what that pop was?
Afterwards, we did an investigation of the area to find out what the source of this loud bang was. Some of our investigators discovered that the refrigerator door had ripped off its hinges in the kitchen and had fallen and hit the ground. But this begs the question. It would have had to have timed it absolutely perfectly to produce the sounds that it wanted. So it would have had to have either pulled on this door and caused the hinges to fail to get that first bolt action sound, and then have the door hit the ground to produce the gunshot sound effect. Or else if one of the guests had gone up to it and opened up the door and the door structurally failed, it knew that this was going to happen and used the sounds to overlap with the timing of what it was saying through the ghost box. This is almost incredible that it would be able to do either of these things. From what we know, nobody opened up the door of this individual refrigerator, so it probably fell on its own accord. Whether it knew it was just going to happen, or whether it had a hand in actually forcing it off its hinges, we don't know. The next group of clips is from the bar area. We asked a series of questions in a ghost box session. You'll notice how directly this entity answers our questions very specifically. This can't be just random voices coming through the radio of the ghost box. These are specific answers to our questions.
That's what it sounded like.
It's been mimicking people.
I don't know what that sounds.
Tonight it's been mimicking. It's like someone said lady and it said lady. And it's just been copycatting what people say. It was in there, and I think it is fairly warm in there.
People figured that out.
Yeah. I don't know if they know it. They eBay them. It's on this floor. Back there, and you make a left. And there's like those two small front rooms.
It's a lobby.
You're right. That's the lobby. Are murder victims more likely to become ghosts? No. That was quick.
Alright, I'm back. Did you miss me? That was perfect. Thank you.
I'll wrap up the last clip, which is a very interesting one. Greg is joking with Sandy up at the smaller bar area toward the front of the main area. He's got my camera and he's going to take it downstairs. When he turns to leave and has left the room and is just about to reach the stairwell, you'll hear a voice, a very gruff male voice, saying, "I love her." This would have been more appropriate had it have spoken up about 15 to 20 seconds earlier, which it probably had intended. But I've noticed that there are sometimes time sync issues when these entities speak. It's either that they can't reply instantly to all questions, and I've had delays up to as long as like 5 or 10 minutes before a question was answered. I don't know why there is a delay like this. It's either it takes them time to gather the energy to reply, or else there's a time sink issue where they hear the question but they can't reply to it instantly, and there's some sort of natural delay lag that we don't understand.
Sandy, look up.
Sandy, look up.
Say smile. Hi, you're on camera.
Nice meeting everyone.
I am awake. I was just laying down.
I know.